Good evening, and welcome to Clerk of the Court Live. My name is Denise Halofra. I am the Assistant Chief Deputy Clerk for District 4 in Maywood for the Honorable Dorothy Brown, Clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County, and I will be your host this evening. You may view Clerk of Court Live on CAN TV, Channel 21, or on cantv.org/live. This is a live call-in show, and we will welcome questions and comments from our audience. The number is 312-738-1060. Again, 312-738-1060. So feel free to call in. Today, I am so proud to introduce to you our special guest, Sam Williams. He is the Chief Deputy Clerk of District 6 in Markham for the Clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County, the Office of Dorothy Brown. Welcome, Sam, and thank you for coming to our show this evening.
Well, thank you, Denise. You look wonderful today.
Thank you.
All right, great. So what do we have planned for today?
Well, we're going to talk about the Clerk of the Circuit Court. We know you're in the suburban districts and District 6.
Yes.
So let me ask you, Sam, please tell our audience about the overall functions of the suburban districts for all of Cook County.
Well, I can just say this. The suburban areas is basically a gambit of everything that the Clerk of the Circuit Court, for the most part, handles. So we handle civil law, we handle traffic, we handle criminal. In some areas, we, of course, when downtown handles name changes, we even handle name changes in our civil area of law out in the suburban area. So we even do letters of office, that portion, or we can even take wills in. Great.
So I understand sometimes they refer to the suburban districts as mini daily centers, and really, they really are. So can you explain that a little bit? The daily center has many facets, many divisions, but they're all encompassed in the suburban districts. So if you can explain that a little bit, and I know a lot of people, it's locational, so if you can explain like the geographical locations for all the districts.
Yes, so the suburban area, here, Cook County is probably one of the largest unified court systems in the world. So it's split up between 6 different districts. Of course, you have District 1, which is Chicago. It handles all of Chicago cases. Then you have District 2, which is Skokie. You have District 3, which is Rolling Meadows.
Okay.
District 4, which is Maywood. District 5, which is Bridgeview, and District 6, which is where I'm at, Markham, which is the far south side. So it goes all the way from the gamut of the far north side all the way to the far south side.
Okay.
So we definitely, and so as opposed to downtown where you have many different floors where everything is, if you get out as a suburban area, you may come to one room, and everything, for the most part, all those area laws are handled in that one office area. Of course, we have several different courtrooms, but definitely that one office area is where everything is handled.
Great. So again, Sam has just talked about the different locations for the suburban area. Again, on your screen, these are our locations. Of course, our main hub is the Daily Center, 50 West Washington, and the different divisions that we have. We have the suburban, like Sam mentioned. We also have criminal division located at 26th in California, our domestic violence division, which is 55 West Harrison, and our juvenile justice and child protection division, which is located at 1100 South Hamilton. So let's get back to Sam and talk to him. Sam, how long have you served as Chief Deputy Clerk in District 6?
I've been a Chief Deputy Clerk out in District 6 for approximately about maybe 2.5 years, going on 2.5 years out in District 6. I was actually Assistant Chief out in Maywood, where Denise is currently at. So I was Assistant Chief out there, and actually I've been working for the Clerk of the Circuit Court right now. This year will be 24 years.
Wow. Yeah. You don't even seem that old, Sam.
I started early.
So, Sam, what has been your vision for the clerk's office when you first became Chief Deputy Clerk of District 6?
Well, our vision for the clerk's office for the District 6 is to make sure customer service is our #1 priority. We wanted to make sure that customer service, so if you're getting great customer service, even if you're not getting so great customer service, I want you to let us know. Let us know, because we want to make sure that it's the top thing. We know that people in government offices, for the most part, get kind of a bad rap because they feel like if they come to a government office, there's always kind of long lines, almost robotic.
Right.
But when you come into, at least in District 6, we like to at least make sure that at least you feel welcome. Even though you have to come there, we want to make sure at least you feel not intimidated, not looked at as in a mean way, but what can we do to help you, to help get this process a little easier?
Right, and I know Clerk Dorothy Brown, her number one priority in the office is always been great customer service, which we provide on a daily basis and try to help all the clients that come into our office. We do have a caller, so caller. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
my name is Stashu. I'm from Dar, Poland, and I love Dorothy Brown. She's wonderful. She's a good woman.
Oh,
Very
great.
good. My wife and I are eating some punchies, and we're thinking about the Dorothy Brown clerk. Very, very good. Now, my wife and I, we think about divorce. Can I file divorce?
Yes. Oh, so yes. So you can file divorce cases, and what you want to think about is, think about the location and probably what city that you live in, and based upon the city that you live in, you can go to the courthouse that's closest to you. And of course, again, we do have the different locations, which is Skokie, Rolling Meadows, Maywood, Bridgeview, and Markham. So definitely you want to think about what location is closest to you and your wife, and then you can go into that particular courthouse and you can file your divorce.
Is there anything we can help you with further? Oh, okay, they have hung up. Okay, so let's go back to Sam and talking about...
I felt a little hungry for those punches, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about, the clerk of the circuit court and you being in District 6 and what you feel that is our best quality for the clerk's office that we offer, all the customers that come in, external and internal offices as well, because we serve many people on a daily basis, the judiciary, external offices, internal offices. So if we could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing about District 6. I've been to several other courthouses, and I know some area laws. And so let's just say civil for one. The civil area law, which probably entails divorce cases. So in the suburban area, we can file in the civil area law. We will file divorce cases, or we will file child support cases. We will file cases where you feel like you may want to file a lawsuit against someone to get the money back that's due to you, or someone is suing you on an unfortunate basis, or even if you have to file an eviction case.
Right.
So we do all of that. And one thing I will tell you about District 6 is, as far as the civil cases, we are the largest, as far as volume, the largest civil area out of all suburban area. We're probably only second to downtown.
Okay.
And so one of the things was on my top priority there, my second top priority was customer service, but also efficiency. With the number of cases that we got, we need to be able to be efficient.
Exactly.
And so that was a key thing on the top agenda.
Okay, so I know sometimes a lot of people are shy away from going to the daily center, but the suburban districts also offer just as many services
Yes.
as the daily center. So let's talk about the difference between our suburban districts and the daily center at 50 West Washington.
Yes. So at the Daily Center, you may have a lot more cases, but again, like I said, but if you come to the suburban area, first of all, maybe it's more, it's better, it's easier for you to get to. It's pretty more convenient because of course, you can get there. But also, here you can file when we talk about our criminal area. We'll probably get to that in a second, but you can file expungements. If
Right.
your cases were out there, you can file. Here's the other difference. The other difference with traffic cases, when it comes to traffic, Daily Center, of course, is for Chicago. So it only handles Chicago police. But when you get to the suburban areas, we have all the suburban, south suburban villages and cities that come in and operate in our particular courthouses.
Okay. So is there something that you can't do at the suburban districts that you can do at the daily center or vice versa? Is there any differences there that we should make the audience aware of?
Well, I will say this: if there are a few nuances, so there are a few things that we do not handle in the suburban areas. So when it comes to mortgage foreclosures, we do not handle mortgage foreclosures in the suburban area. That is strictly handled downtown. I do know that we used to have. Now, I want to make sure everybody knows this. We used to do a guardianship for minors in our Bridgeview Courthouse, which is District 5. But now they are only handled downtown in Chicago. So that is some updated news that we want to make sure that you
Great.
have that for you.
Great. So again, if you have any questions for Sam, at 312-738-1060, please feel free to call in. Again, we are from the office of Dorothy Brown, Clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County, who has many different offices within Cook County and facilitates many different cases throughout the county, many different districts. We do have our website, which is cookcountyclerkofcourt.org, and they are located at 50 West Washington. A number to call is 312-603-5031. So, I know, Sam, you did mention letters of office, and sometimes people don't understand what that is and what they have to do. And can we talk about the letters of office and different programs that the suburban districts do for customers that need to come in and are very confused on what to do at that point?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, letters, actually, I did a letter of office today. So they just opened that up for our suburban areas.
Great.
So you used to have to, you can only go downtown, and then like I said, in Bridgeview was like the only other place in the suburban area that can do that for. But now you can actually file or come to get an actual letter of office from the other suburban areas, and it's just kind of a simple process. And the first copy is typically free. And then if you needed an additional copy, that would be $4 for any additional copy. So we try to make it most convenient and that most efficient for individuals.
Okay, and the Clerk of the Circuit Court, Dorothy Brown, does many, many different community outreaches for the customers of Cook County. So let's talk about one she has coming up, the Expungement Summit,
Yes.
which is very dear to her heart. This is a summit that we do yearly, and the clerk opens it up for everybody in the Cook County. So if we could talk about that a little bit in maybe a minute. We do have a caller, so let's take the caller. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hi, Amy.
Hi,
Amy,
how are you?
Denise, and Sam.
Yes,
Hi.
it's Denise and Sam.
This is
Hi, Denise and Sam.
Hi, Clerk Brown.
Well, congratulations, and thank you all for being willing to be the host and the speaker today. And I heard you were just announcing the Expungement Summit,
Yes, yes.
which we definitely want to encourage everyone that knows someone, or if you think you need some help as well, to attend on Saturday, June 10th at Unity Junior High School in Cicero, Illinois. So I know you're going to give more information. Everyone, these are two great individuals from our office. I just wanted to call in and thank them for being on the show today.
Well, thank you, Clerk Brown. We were happy to hear from you.
ladies and gentlemen, Clerk of the Circuit Court, Dorothy Brown herself.
All right, so go on and announce that. Give them all the information they need. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clerk. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so as you know, that was the Honorable Dorothy Brown calling in, and we are going to talk about the Expungement Summit in a few minutes. We do have another caller. Good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, hi. I want to know if I can pay my child support in any of the districts, and right now I'm unable to do that. I want to know why.
It's a great
Oh,
question.
that's a very good question. Yeah, so right now, the payment of the child support payments are strictly isolated to downtown at this particular point in time, because you want to make sure that there is a particular location for all the payments to go through at the Daily Center. They have the accounting department that is there. We want to make sure everything is rightfully put in place where it should be, because they have all the systems set up there. So, I've told a number of people, if there is a refund coming back, money comes into the districts, the monies do not come out. All right, there's one, you have to have accountability, and which is why we have it isolated at one location, which is the Daily Center.
Yes.
They will send out, and they will also take in. So,
Great, great.
thank you, caller.
Need anything else? Do you have any other questions? Okay, they have hung up. So we are going to go back to talking about the expungement summit. So this is a second chance adult and juvenile summit that the clerk offers yearly. It's one of our biggest projects with the clerk of the circuit court, Dorothy
Yes.
Brown. So I'm going to have Sam talk about that a little bit.
So this expungement summit we do every year, and it's actually only gotten bigger. It's gotten more efficient. It's gotten these. Every year we bring the expungement or the opportunity for you to expunge cases to the neighborhoods. We bring it to you. So instead of you having to go to the different courthouses, we do this one major event every year. You can actually come in and you can file the paperwork. You will have attorneys that can actually help get the paperwork started for you. You'll have also different vendors and other things that you may want to have second chance opportunities too. So definitely, I see we have another caller.
We do have another caller. Good afternoon, caller. Hello?
Caller?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm curious about some. Can an attorney dismiss a personal injury case without getting in touch with the client?
Oh. Okay, so
You're going to pick his brain on this one.
well, you said can an attorney dismiss a case without getting in touch with the client?
Yes, without getting in touch with the client and without the client's permission. Is that legal?
Well, here, one thing what you really need to do. So what we do is we try to stray away from legal advice. I will tell you though, just as far as what has happened in the office, and there have been several cases that where there are dismissal cases, and maybe the other party doesn't know about it, and at some point the other party does get wind of it, and then they come in and they file a motion. So I can only tell you just by experience it has happened. But whether it's legal or not, or whether it's right, you definitely want to speak with an actual attorney to actually get some legitimate legal advice.
Does that answer your question?
No. Okay, so you find out 15 months later. No, you really didn't answer the question, because the question is this. You find out 15 months later what the attorney did.
Okay. You find out 15 months later what the attorney did, and then
The case is too late to put back in court.
okay. So yeah, so that's why you definitely want to speak with an attorney, so that an attorney can kind of help guide you through the process. So our office is open for anyone who wants to come in and file a motion to come back in front of the judge. If you felt like an attorney did you wrong, if you felt like an attorney did something that was out of the normal, was not legal, then you have every right to come in and file a motion to come back in front of the judge, and you can go ahead and state your case in front of the judge.
Okay, so ARDC told me that the attorney did not have to let me know what he did, but he did it anyway. And I went to ARDC.
Okay, and that is your right also. If you feel like an attorney has wronged you, if you felt like an attorney did not do exactly what you felt that the attorney needed to do, or if you felt that the attorney did something that was just unethical, that's why the ARDC is there, which is the Attorney Registration Disciplinary Commission. So they are there for attorneys or for you or the individuals who feel like an attorney has done something that is not correct.
Okay, so you bring all the information to ARDC, and then they turn around and tell you that they don't see what the client did wrong because he never sent you a letter or anything else, and it's a person injury and you disabled for life.
Yeah, and that's why it's very important that you definitely consult with an attorney who can probably take your case on and try to help you along those lines, because the ARDC they run along their guidelines. They know kind of what they need to look at in order to do whatever it needs to do as far as answering or helping you in your situation if they can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You explain it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much, caller. We appreciate it. I know, and I would just want to say, Denise, we get situations like that a
Right.
lot. I'm just going to say this, that even there is a thin line. I almost use
Yeah.
this. It's almost, I say it's almost a thin line between love and hate.
Yes.
You know, when people come into the clerk of the circuit court, we want to make sure that we are helping them with the process.
Absolutely.
What the processes are for the clerk of the circuit court. We try not to make sure, we have to make sure that we don't cross the lines of giving legal advice. And so it is. We want to be helpful,
Right.
and to you, our constituents and our the customers, but we have to be careful about also giving advice too. So that's.
I think we have another caller. Caller,
Hello.
good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I was wondering, would I be able to pay any ticket, an outstanding old ticket in any court location? And if I needed paperwork for the Secretary of State, would I be able to get that in any court location, no matter where the ticket was issued from?
Yes, that's a very good question. Yes, you are able to pay your ticket at any court location. That's called what we call our global payment. And so, yes, you can, if you have a ticket that's in Chicago, you can actually go, if you're actually located out in Markham, you can come into the Markham Courthouse, you can pay your ticket. We'll also create the paperwork that's needed, if there's paperwork that's needed, and we'll get that to you also. So, yes, that is very possible. Does that answer your question? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. So that brings us to...
Yes, we're going to talk about one of the other wonderful programs that the clerk of the circuit court, Dorothy Brown, is offering, and that is our Amnesty Week, which is the week of Monday, April 17th to Friday, April 21st. So, Sam, if you could just talk a few minutes, because we only have a few minutes left, and wrap this up.
Yes. So actually that was a great segue. The caller, if she wanted to come in and make a payment, if you actually have a fine that is due and you have, let's just say you forgot about it, it's been 3 years and all of a sudden it popped into collections. And so you have an additional maybe $100 or whatever dollars on this ticket, Amnesty Week is here for you. So that you can come in during that week that we have Amnesty Week, which is April 17th, starting April 17th, that Monday, and you can actually pay without the collection costs on top of that. You can just pay the fine, exactly what the fine is. You cannot. You can also call too.
Yes.
There's a number that you can call. There's a number that you can call also for to pay over the phone. So you can pay via credit card. So that phone number that you can call for suburban districts, it's area code 847-818-2436. As you see, it's on the screen. For Chicago District 1, it's 312-603-2933. So you can pay over the phone. You do not have to come in and visit us and look at our pretty faces.
So again, I want to talk about for the last few minutes, just the expungement summit again,
Yes.
which is at the Unity Junior High School, 2115 South 54th Avenue in Cicero, and that is Saturday, June 10th, 2017. You can go on our website as well to look at some information, which is www.cookcountyclerkofcourt.org.
And I would encourage, Denise, people to, if you need to get a case expunged, if you have questions about a case that you were encountered with years ago or what have you, and you don't know if you can get it expunged, we encourage you to come out on June 10th, Saturday. Again, we'll have computers there, we'll have the printers, we'll have the attorneys out, we have the different vendors. We have this event for you, so I encourage you to come out. Now, I will also say this:
Yes.
They do have to pay. So, of course, if there's an expungement fee, so it's $60 plus the $60 for the state of Illinois, so it's $120 plus a mailing fee. If you do not have the money to pay, we will also have $298 available, which I'm kind of heading that process up. So we will have judges there also. So if you feel like you need to do an application to get the fees waived,
Right.
And you think that you're eligible, you can come out. Don't be scared and say, listen, I don't have the money. Come out and see us, and then you can fill out the application, see a judge, and see if they can waive the fee for you.
Okay, so we are almost out of time, and I want to thank Chief Sam Williams from Markham District 6, for all the information he has provided the suburban districts. We also want to thank the Honorable Dorothy Brown for allowing us to be here and represent her office for such a great informational segment. And thank you to our viewers for joining us. Please tune in to the Clerk of the Court Live next Tuesday at 4:30. Our host will be Mr. Michael Moore, Executive Clerk of Court Operations, and his guest will be Melissa Ford. And they will discuss all our e-initiatives, e-filing, which is a great program that the clerk has instituted in the clerk's office for filing everything electronically. So again, I want to thank you, Sam. It's been a great afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.
Yes. Please come out. E-file.